Hi and welcome to the second part of this tutorial series on D3. In this part we'll explore some of the basic functionality in D3, and that is selecting and appending elements to our web page. So yeah, let's start right off the bat. First of all, what we want to do is to actually fetch the library or include the library so that we can use it, and that is done with a script tag. And if you haven't used JavaScript before, then I can tell you that whenever you use JavaScript, you have to include the code between an opening and a closing script tag. So, and in this case, since we are not we just want to include the whole library, we will add this source attribute to our tag and specify the source, the location of our library. And you can do this either by downloading the D3 library, or you can reference it through a URL like I'm doing now. So let's see, D3.js. I think this is the right address. So what I'm doing here is simply letting the browser know where to find the library. So, and the actual D3 code, or whenever you're writing JavaScript code, like I said, just include it between script tags. And let's begin writing some code. So first of all, let's try and select an element on our web page. As of now, we don't really have any elements. We just have these, well, the body element and the head element. But let's add a paragraph outside the D3 code. So this is a paragraph, and let's do something to it using D3. First of all, when we're writing D3 code, the first thing to note is that we start by typing out D3, and then simply select, which is the name of the select method, and we specify between brackets and quotes what we want to select. So as of now, we have selected the paragraph element, but we haven't done anything to it. So if we head over to the browser and refresh, yeah, we see the paragraph here since we added it using HTML, but this D3 code doesn't really do anything to it. So let's do something to it. I'll use the text method and replace the text within the paragraph tags. So let's say hello world, and we hit refresh, and you can see that the text has changed from this is a paragraph to hello world. Now, before I explain how this code actually works, let me show you another basic example. So let's say we don't have any paragraph elements on our web page. So I'll remove that, and I'll remove this, and let's try to add a new paragraph element. The way we do this is, again, typing out D3 and select, but this time we select the body and we append something to it. And of course we append a paragraph, and we need to supply it with some text so that we can see it. Hi, what's up? And save, and then head over to our browser and refresh, and we have a new paragraph element. Now, of course, you don't need D3 to perform these basic operations, and this is not what D3 was designed to do, but it provides a good starting point, in my view, for explaining how D3 works. So let's review this code. What is this? First of all, this D3, these two characters. What? So if you have some knowledge about JavaScript, you'll understand this easier. But I'm gonna try to explain what's happening even to the rest of you. D3 actually refers to something called an object. An object is simply, well, not simply, but it's a complex collection of data. And we can actually take a look at D3 and see, like, inspect it further. And the way we do this is by using something called the console. The console is provided by the browser, and I'm using Google Chrome, and the way I click up the console is by right-clicking on the page and selecting Inspect Element. If you're using Firefox, then you can just install the Firebug plugin and you'll have the same options, and I'm sure there's other alternatives in Safari and the rest of the browsers. So the first section we're provided with is the elements section, which is simply, it's showing us the original source code and also the elements that we have dynamically added to our web page. But the section that I want to show you right now is this one called the console. Right now it's empty, but let's try. I'm gonna show you something. So let's write console log D3, save and refresh. And you see that we are provided here with, well, it may look like just a random line collection of characters, but this is actually the D3 object itself. So if we click this little arrow thing, we see everything that, yeah, this is the D3 object. And all of these are, as you can see, functions and objects of different sort. And here in the top you can see that D3 is an object, as I said before, so I wasn't lying. Yeah, this looks complicated, and we won't be inspecting the D3 object itself, but we'll be using this console tool in the future to inspect various things. One thing that I want to show you is that one of these functions is actually the select function, which you'll remember from our example. We are using the D3 object and one of its inherent methods, which is select. And as you can see in the console, yeah, this basically shows you the properties of well, how the select function works. But we won't go into detail as to what this means, because it's quite complicated. But yeah, I hope you get the picture that you can actually review and inspect any element that we're using in D3. And as we move on, you'll be able to understand more and more of what this actually means. So a quick review. Our code here, you know what we're doing. We are selecting the body and we're appending a paragraph to it with the text, "Hi, what's up?" And in more technical terms, we are calling the D3 object. We are using one of its inherent functions or methods. They're basically synonyms. And within brackets and quotes, we are providing it with an argument, and this is, we are simply stating that we are selecting the body element, right? And this returns a selection which we can do stuff with, and we are appending something to the selection. So we are appending a paragraph element to the body element. Kind of straightforward. and then we can use another method called the text method, and specify what text should be added within the paragraph tags. And you start to see this pattern of every method and object being separated by a dot, and this is called method chaining. And yeah, this is just this is the way we connect our selections and the method we want to use on them. So I hope that's relatively clear. We'll take a look at some more basic examples in the next video.